The second question here says, I'm fond of erecting, as in often, even when I'm not thinking about sex or any such things, and it makes me uncomfortable. How can I deal with it? Uncle Jude, I think you can.
I don't know why you always push this to me. One, I'll say biologically it is normal. You're a doctor, right? Do you agree with me on that one? It's normal for any normal, healthy young man to have an erection. And actually, if you're not, then it's a medical case. True? So the way you look and respond to that is where the problem is. Erection is a normal, healthy reaction to the body, because that's how God designed you as a man. So first of all, I will approach it in that way. Don't worry, it is normal. Problem is, what do you do with that? Maybe that's what you want to handle, Dr. Charles. Oh, Pastor Cliff wants to. You first tell us what you think.
I could say, sometimes when you focus on a thing so much, then it's magnified in your space. I think you should focus your energies for this matter on other activities, say sports, engage your brain in reading other literature, novels, Bible, some good books out there. Discover yourself a little bit more. I think your age right now, you are in a time of discovery. Discover yourself a bit more. Check out some of the talents and the giftings that you have. Engage in them. Sooner than later, you'll realize that what has been an issue to you is no longer an issue. However, I want to re-emphasize, having an erection as you're growing up because of the hormonal, the hormonal levels coming up in you, it's a normal process. Actually, you should be happy that you are at least showing signs of being normal. So you shouldn't condemn yourself over it. However, just channel your energies in the right direction.
Pastor, maybe just to hit as Pastor Charles comes on, I said that the only challenge is what do you do with that erection? First of all, we are human beings, are not animals. By the way, even animals don't just act sexually irresponsible. They know when to engage and when to control themselves. So if you find yourself with an erection, does not mean now it's time for you to look for a female or a lady or a girl somewhere. That's where the problem comes. If you get into that deception that, I have an erection, I need to go and look for some boy, some girl, and solve this problem. One, no, it's not a problem, it's normal. It's not an indicator that you should look up for a lady or a girl. So that's where the problem could be. Pastor Cliff.
Thank you very much. My colleagues have talked about it being normal, which is very true. They have talked about how do you handle it. How do you handle it? Now, the way you respond to things is determined by reference points that you have interacted with previously before that opportunity of let's say that erection. Let me give you an example. When a child doesn't know that fire burns, the child will go and touch fire. But once the child learns that fire burns, anytime the child sees fire, it will trigger the memory of the pain which comes when the child touches what? Fire. How you respond when you're excited, when you have that erection, is determined by the references you have kept in your mind. So if you have been feeding on pornography, if you have been feeding on movies with sexual innuendos, if you have been hanging out with guys who look at different girls, then they categorize their body morphology and say this one is hot, this one is like this and like that. These things will form mental cues which will become reference points once you have an opportunity of getting excited. So don't feed on wrong information, don't feed on wrong things, because they'll form those reference points, which reference points will automatically become your responses once you get what? Excited. It's that simple.
Thank you very much. So the other question would be in that line, what triggers that erection? I think that's a very important point to consider, because although it's a normal thing, but it doesn't just happen. Don't just find yourself all the time. Are you on some kind of drugs? These days there are those, how do they call such drugs? Sexual enhancement drugs. If you want to, if you take such, they will alter your normal operation of the body. Then you find yourself erecting when you are not supposed to. If you expose yourself to watching pornography, the body will react, and then you get erection, and then it will push you to do other things. If you are involved in, what do you engage your mind with? So you need to be careful what triggers the erection, and you need to be careful not to find yourself into pursuing other problems because of that physical response of your body.